because I was cute, or because I came from some famous wrestling family, or because I sucked up to the right people. I got here because I am good. I earned this championship.
Frustrated into the goddamn word for it. This is bullshit.
Brett made a very, very selfish decision. Brett's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. Brett screwed Brett. I have no sympathy whatsoever for Brett.
This is my show, and I'm sick of all of you calling me the coward. You're the cowards. I'm the one here day in and day out in that wrestling ring beating people up. Thank you very much.
I don't steal opportunities. I am the opportunity.
3 ain't enough now. I need 5. Welcome in, Jim.
I'm an idiot.
Ryan.
I'm a sausage guy.
Matt.
Who gives a shit?
Tim.
Right on the cock.
And intern Mark.
Hi, boys.
Oh my goodness, what am I doing? There's a 1. There's a 2. Oh,
Wow.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3 Count Thursday. We are live, I think. I hope you can hear us. I have no fucking clue. Somehow we're all these years into this show, and I can still fuck everything up. And it's awesome. But Thursday night, October the 7th, 2021, we are glad to be with you in whatever form you can maybe hopefully kind of see us in. I'll explain that in just a second, but go to 3countthursday.com. You'll find all of our social media links, our merchandise over at tpublic.com and whatamaneuver.net.
What a maneuver.
Thank you, Tim. Our Patreon page, patreon.com/3countthursday, store.collarandelbowbrand.com. Use promo code 3count, get 10% off each and every order. Our home network is NGSC Sports at ngscsports.com, and our secondary home is the Leap Sports and Music Network. Ryan, where can the people find that?
LEEIBsports.com.
That's the one. That's the one. Thanks, Ryan. So, yeah, we were a little delayed getting on the air. And then if you happen to pull up the video immediately upon the start of the video, you probably didn't hear anything. That's on me. I don't know what happened. Like a good guy, I updated my my computer this week, and the site that we host from doesn't allow me to see the other 3 guys. Like, they're all frozen.
Don't do updates, Jim.
I mean, I know. I was like, great, Ryan's going to give me shit because, oh, look, Ryan's wearing a Viking helmet. Look at that. I like that. So it apparently works okay for everybody else on the face of the planet except for the host.
Oh, I'm not even seeing the comment section.
So that's great. Charlie says, hi, boys.
There's
Devin,
Charlie.
how you doing? And
Hi, boys.
there you go. Let's start with intern Mark.
How you doing?
Hi, boys. It's great to be back right here. I'm so glad to see everybody. Let's kick things off. I want to wish our good friend Matt a happy birthday and to get well soon. It's a shame he couldn't be here with us. We got sitting in for Ryan Smokey Miller tonight is the Grand Poobah from the Loyal Order of Water Buffaloes. Good to see you. Tim, it's always a pleasure. Big Jim, thanks for having me.
You know, I'm going to call BS on Matt's, what did he say? Sore throat?
Yeah,
I think he's just
his voice.
I think he's just hammered. I'm gonna say Matt's he called in drunk today. I mean, that's fine.
Drooling.
That's fine. But like, I mean, Chris Jericho shows up drunk every week to AEW Dynamite. That's all I'm saying.
A little bit of the bubbly.
It's fair.
Ryan. Oh, come on.
How you doing?
Thank you.
There it is.
It's going great.
Jim. I'm doing well.
Good.
That's all I have.
I can at least see your helmet now. Like it brought your image up on my screen. There's no video
It did?
attached to it, but I can at least
I can get rid of this shit then. That's fine. I don't need that anymore then.
I can at least see it. Oh, I
Thing's
appreciate
hot as
the
hell.
effort. I do definitely. I'm sure it is.
You're looking.
100%
I went to the
plastic.
distant land of Minnesota to buy that. That's where the Vikings are from.
Minnesota.
You were looking awfully horny there for a while.
Tim,
Mark,
How you doing?
the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say.
I'm doing well. I got a food order coming. So the second half of this pod is gonna be real tasty. But other than that, just
is it Sonic?
no. It's this chain is around you guys too. It's Pat's.
Vinny and Pat's
Pizza.
Pat's Pizza.
Pat's Pizza.
Pat's
Not,
Pizza.
yeah, it's called Any Port in a Storm, and it is very stormy. So
I thought maybe you were referring to the one of the cheesesteak guys, and I was like, you got a Pat's in Northeast Maryland?
No. If I were ever getting a cheesesteak from Philly, it's Tony Luke's or it's nothing.
I heard that on the Final Wrestling Place this week, and I fully endorse that statement.
Tony Luke's, man, so good, the best.
I mean, Tony Luke's isn't bad.
It's better than Pat's. It's better than Gino's. It's better than everything else.
I mean, I'll agree with
Jim's
that.
never gets love, man. Jim's on South Street.
I've never had a
Jim's.
Jim, so I can't judge Jim's.
That's understandable.
But of the ones that I've had,
It's
then
Tony Luke's, man.
then I will go Tony Luke's. But
right there at the end of the ECW arena.
That's true. Yeah,
It's right there.
There's also one in King of Prussia Mall if you're ever there.
I know it was very interesting that I was there, and I went and I was like, "Well, let's go to the food court." And I see Tony Luke's, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Lou
We're
checking
doing
in.
this.
He says Jim's Steaks, so
Jim, yeah, Lou gets it.
he's there. He's there with you.
What does Lou know? I'm kidding.
Isn't there also
Lou gets
Tony
it.
Luke's in Ocean City, Maryland, right, Ryan?
There is. There
Remember he
is.
serves right. Although if
I'm fairly certain it's still there.
I'm getting other stuff. If I'm eating food, it's at the beach.
I want some crab cake shoved in my mouth.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm eating beachy foods down there.
See, I don't like. I'm very weird. I don't like the shellfish, so I don't like crab, lobster, oysters.
Oh, I don't like
shrimp.
oysters.
I don't like
No,
shrimp.
oysters can fuck themselves.
Oh, I love shrimp. You give me shrimp in almost any form, and I'm eating a shitload of shrimp.
I like actual fish.
I like fish.
So like your tunas and your
Go fish.
mahi and your salmon and
A nice mahi.
Do you
Hey, you put that shit on a taco, like a mahi taco?
Oh my god.
Mahi.
Now you're talking. Tim, are you a sushi guy at all?
no.
Okay.
Well, it's got to be tempura fried for me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I don't do the seaweed and the.
What about those little gummies?
Oh, like the CBD gummies. That.
Oh
yeah.
no, I mean like the little gummy sausage or sausages. Jesus Christ, Ryan.
Is there weed in them?
You know what? I'm gonna just shut the fuck up. Never mind. I fucked that up. I'm done.
I'm a sausage
guy. Sushi sauce. How the fuck did I fuck that up?
No clue.
You're
Is
a
there
sushi
red
guy.
sausage on the
Hey,
bone?
don't feel bad. I found a way on Final Wrestling Place for 3 weeks in a row to mention cucking. Don't know why.
Shit.
Like literally, I forget what we were talking about or what word I was trying to say, and I said cuck. I think I might have been trying to talk about peacock.
I was gonna say, is that a peacock thing?
I don't know, but I just mentioned.
I mean, do you cock for the cock?
On the cock.
no, I would never cuck on the cock.
Right on the cock.
Is this Tim? Is this some kind of cucking joke?
No. It's not a
I
cucking
think that's the
joke.
closest we've heard to Mark curse on the air.
I think so.
It's not a
Let's
clucking
save that
joke.
for off the air.
Letting the fur fly, you know.
Save that for conversations at the diner when we actually get to go there.
Oh my
Man, I
gosh,
miss
when
the
are we gonna
diner.
go?
BBJ.
When's this goddamn pandemic gonna end?
Jim, never. So we need to go. Like,
We gotta get to the diner.
it's fine. It's fine.
Maybe,
We can
is
go
it?
out.
Is
Yeah,
it fine?
we're all.
I don't think
Maybe
it's fine.
BBJ needs
Yeah.
she might need someone to take her to go get her vaccination, and I'm volunteering.
There you go.
You know, they give it to her in her arm, right? It goes in her arm.
Well, if they give it to her somewhere
It
else,
goes-
they won't miss.
It won't miss. Jesus.
There's my.
It goes in the biggest muscle
Where
in
is
the body.
I'm doing good enough
This show.
based on
This is. Oh man.
technology. I'm doing good enough. Okay, let's Jesus, I'm using the wrong mouse. Let's try if I can find. Where's? You know what? There it is. I hate this show. Let's do this.
What happened to everybody? Everybody's frozen now. I feel like Jim.
Well, that's just the internet at Hottenstein Estates, Mark. That's not anything else. We're looking, of course, at October the 7th in pro wrestling history. We have two birthdays. We have Terry Runnels, was born today, 1966, and Joaquin Wilde, born today in 1980.
You want to try that again?
No, I don't.
Did he pronounce the J hard?
You so hard.
I wasn't even. Did he say Joaquin?
Sure. I don't give a shit, okay? I don't.
Was he fucking French?
I've declared I don't give a shit tonight.
Like Joaquin Phoenix?
Look, you know what? I'm half lit.
Joaquin.
I'm pissed off.
Joaquin.
I'm pissed off about the goddamn website. And
Why didn't you just say like DJ Z?
Because I wrote it down as Joaquin, okay? That's
Oh.
why.
Joaquin.
I didn't write it down as DJ Z.
I think Big Jim just got back from Matt's birthday party.
Well, maybe. No.
From what?
From Matt's birthday party.
Oh.
What the heck?
Oh, there he went. You can't
gone.
see it.
Everybody-
Mark's gone.
Now Mark literally did go away. Oh, I kind of saw Tim and Ryan move there for a second.
Ooh.
1995, during an ECW event. Oh, Christ. I hate this show. During an ECW event at the ECW Arena in Philly, the plan was to have Public Enemy versus the Gangstas in a match held outside the building, but local authorities would not allow it. Instead, ECW held the three-way dance part 2 with Public Enemy defeating the Gangstas and Steven Richards and Raven to win the ECW World Tag Team Championship for the fourth and final time in their careers. 1996 WCW Monday Nitro defeated WWF Monday Night Raw 3.5 to 2.1 in the ratings battle. Nitro was headlined by a Ric Flair versus Randy Savage bout that didn't take place due to the NWO attacking both of them, while Raw featured Sid Vicious defeating Goldust. 2007, WWE holds their 10th annual No Mercy pay-per-view at the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois, in front of 12,500 fans with a buy rate of 271,000. The show featured superstars from Raw, SmackDown, and ECW brand divisions. The show featured one dark match, 8 main card matches, and in the main event, Randy Orton defeated Triple H in a last man standing match to win the WWE Championship. Christ.
We might as well just end the show.
If you're not watching the video to all of this, you're doing something wrong. In 2015,
I gotta be choking.
NXT, stroking. NXT Takeover Respect takes place from Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida, in front of 400 plus fans. The show featured 6 matches, and in the main event, Bayley defeated Sasha
he was horny
Banks
earlier.
3-2 in a 30-minute Iron Man match to retain the NXT Women's Championship. And those were the events that occurred. October the 7th in pro wrestling history. Holy hell, Tim. That popped me. That was good.
Get ready, because I'm gonna have a whole bunch tonight.
Oh my God. All right. Before we get to Wrestler of the Week and all the other things that we do, the two-night WWE Draft took place. Not tonight. The one night plus one night.
Two nights.
Two nights.
Ghost nights.
Hold on, I've got to check a message here. Oh, we have an indie wrestling show coming up
thanks, Kevin.
On Saturday. Seven Mountains Wrestling, former WWE superstar Maven will be at this show.
Hello. I'm doing what Tim's doing.
I can't see any of it.
That's right.
October the 9th at Mr. Stack's Fitness, 233 East 3rd Street in Lewistown, PA. General admission $10. For tickets and info, call 717-543-1959. Doors open at 4, 5 o'clock, bell time. No refund. Masks are required. No outside food. Again, Seven Mountains Wrestling in Lewistown, PA. $10 this weekend. So make sure if you feel like it, go check out some indie wrestling this weekend.
Yeah, Lewistown is beautiful this time of year.
Is it?
This time of year, Jim? Yes.
Beautiful.
Is it? We drove through Perry County and some parts of Snyder County the other day on our way up to Selinsgrove, and that.
Do you still hear the banjos?
Yeah, it was. I heard squeal. I heard people yelling squeal out of the woods. It was a little scary. But the two-night WWE Draft took place over SmackDown and Raw. Obviously the biggest of names. I don't think there was. I mean, there was a bit of a shift. Or is there either roster that or either superstar that moved to either of you guys or any of you guys stands out as a move you like the best? I think maybe we'll start there.
That's a good place to start.
Yeah,
I think it was important to make sure that we split up any women's tag team that might be happening right now. That was probably the best thing they could do. And, Tegan Knox definitely doesn't need to have a tag team partner. The Fart Heart is split apart now from Tamina.
Yeah.
She's going to have to rely on her killer instinct alone.
Tamina, that is.
Yeah. They just broke up Nia and Shayna on Raw, so they're doing a lot of good stuff with the women's tag division.
Yeah, like at this point, like what's worse for the WWE? Is it keeping the women's tag division despite having literally one women's tag team, or like is it just kind of dissolving the women's tag titles and just like I don't know how you really how do you get out of that? Is there a way at this point that WWE could just make them go away, like just get rid of the tag title, like, you know what I mean? Because they made a big deal about introducing them, but now there's no tag team. It's Nikki and Rhea, who's literally just a thrown together tag team.
And they beat Natalya and Tamina, right?
Yeah, they've beaten them about 47 times on the last 13 episodes of Raw.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like I don't know.
I mean, it's not like it's any better on NXT either.
No. What are you taking pictures? Who's taking pictures?
I took a screenshot on the iPad.
Oh, I was like, what is happening?
I heard that too.
I didn't think it went through, so I had to take several. I was just taking a screenshot.
Jesus.
For what? Posterity?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, boys.
You guys, a secret
just,
shopper.
That went through. I found that picture of Ryan with the horns. I wanted to keep it. A screenshot.
For Christ's sake.
I wanted a picture of Horny Smokey. It's giving me ideas for Halloween.
You know that like we talk to each other on a regular basis, like not on Thursdays. So you could get him to put that hat on.
I don't know if that's true. I wore a mask. I can't find that mask to save my life right now.
It's in the same room, is it not?
It is.
Because it killed itself after it stretched out that hard.
Oh, my hole. That's what it said when I put it over my head.
Oh, my hole.
And I mean, you only have.
What is this the question of the week? What are we talking about? I forget.
This isn't the question of the week. We're just talking about the WWE draft.
Cool.
Question
What
of the
about
week
our
is coming
women's
up.
tag team?
You have the Iconics.
No, you sure don't. They what are they now? The Inspiration?
The Inspiration. Yes.
Is that the
II
Inspiration? Or
yes.
is it... Okay. You
What
only,
about
you only have 24 women on the roster.
Mark, you've got to be a solid 30 seconds behind all of us.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
What do you mean? I just said we had the Jumping Bomb Angels. They're still together. And the Glamour Girls.
They released them about 27 years ago.
How am I so far behind? What is going on?
Oh my god, I hate this show.
That's usually me by now. I'm actually having a blast.
Yeah. So on Raw, you have.
We're still doing on this day.
No, we're talking about your Sunbelt Bakery.
The thing of it is, I don't know if he's being for real or not. Like I don't. Like I can just be fucking with me, man.
Oh, that's right. You can't see him laughing, can you? This is the greatest show ever.
I'm taking pictures.
If it's your first time here, welcome.
Pictures of.
This
I could have went to the Mannheim Farm Show tonight. I'll
Good
tell you that
evening,
right now.
Luna Kitty. How are you?
Hello. Is that a new listener? Hello, Luna Kitty. We're so sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Oh,
this is
new
your
listener.
First weekend.
You
First
picked
weekend.
the perfect
Jesus,
night to listen.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Mark.
I'm gonna do that. Shut the fuck up. I'm just gonna mute him.
I'll do that again because Jim can't see it and it's funny.
Oh. Did he meow? Did I hear that?
He did meow.
And I'm making
It's a
claws
sick
like
meow.
a pussycat. Look, now I'm making muffins. I'm making time to make the muffins, Jim.
Now, what's great, Jim, is that while you really can't see him, he is so glitchy on our end.
He's doing the
right, like
he's like trying to knead the dough, but really, it is like
I'm glitching.
He is in the Matrix right now.
Jim, you had said you updated to what, Windows 11. He's still running Windows 98.
Something like that.
I have Windows 99 on my Christmas list.
You've been a good boy.
There we go. First time. Luna Kitty is a furry, but longtime wrestling fan.
Hey.
Well, welcome in.
Oh,
welcome to
Luna
We're
Kitty.
usually not.
Jim,
I mean,
you were furry before you shaved, right?
Yeah.
You did it to swim. You said you did it to swim faster.
So on Raw, you have Bianca
so sweet,
Belair. Shut up, Mark.
I'm sorry, Luna Kitty. I'm delayed.
Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Nikki ASH, Becky, Alexa, Carmella, Nia Jax, Selena Vega, Doudrop, Dana Brooke, Liv Morgan, Mia Yim, Tamina, and Tegan Knox. SmackDown, you have Charlotte Flair, B-Fab, Naomi, Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Xia Li, Aaliyah, Toni Storm, Shotzi Blackheart, and Natalya. So you only have 24 women across your roster. You have women's singles titles on each roster, and then you have a tag team division. Like, first off, I don't even think the roster's big enough to necessitate a women's tag team titles. And also, again, you don't have women's tag teams. So is it time just to throw in the towel on the women's tag division in the WWE?
Only if you're going to bring the USA Championship, meaning the network, Fox, meaning I don't fucking know.
What's going on, Scotty?
But the answer is yes.
Butterscotch Crimpet, a solid choice.
Ooh. You know, it'd be even better if it was a
train wreck every week. 100% train wreck.
That Butterscotch Crimpet brought Mark live real quick.
It sure did. It'd be better if it was a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar this week, but Butterscotch Crimpets are good.
Why do you have a Sun? You know what? I don't even want to know. I don't think.
Mark, have you ever had a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar?
I forget what kind they sell at the Sharp Shopper, but I have Sharp Shopper brand ones upstairs.
I don't think Sharp Shopper has their own brand.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, Aldi, sure, but
right.
Oh, Sharper.
Yeah, I mean,
Sharp
it's been a while
Shopper
since I've
Bakery.
been to Sharp Shopper, so I can't.
That's the same. It's the same like parent company that owns Little Debbie.
All right. Well, they were just going to throw these in the trash, Jim. I couldn't let that happen.
God forbid that happens.
Yeah, heaven forbid.
The trash makes it to the trash can.
All right, so Luna Kitty asks, what's your personal opinion on the TBS belt? The AEW just unveiled the TBS championship, a second women's title.
He can't see me because my hand's up, but he can't see me.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Tim, go ahead.
If I were Britt Baker, DMD, I would be MAD that I have that belt and somebody else is about to get the better title.
Right. Like, that was my first reaction is the TBS belt.
Looks
although
good.
It does.
I like the design of both the TNT title and the TBS title. Like, I chuckle a little bit at the network logo in the middle. I find it I find it a little amusing. It feels like indie special to me. But whatever.
There's no indie ever gonna be on TNT.
Well, no, but it reminds me of the Bad Apple Armor Championship or whatever the hell it was called at LCW. You know what I mean? Like, it just has like that feel to it for me. But the belt itself looks good, but my first reaction was it's bigger than the women's title. The women's world championship is infinitely smaller, and that's on the redesign. Let's not forget that they literally just remade that one. Like, I like the look of the belt, but yeah, I feel like you already need to redesign your women's title for a third time in checks notes 2 years.
I mean, their women's strap is supposed to be like a throwback though to like the NWA Women's Championship, right? A smaller design, a smaller belt, smaller plate in the middle. But like NWA's back and has their own women's championship now, so why don't you be your own thing?
Yeah,
I don't like their women's strap at all. The TBS championship is 10 times better. I love the blue. I think it pops. The name's silly, whatever. But really, really like the strap. It's a great question there from Thunder Kitty.
Luna Kitty.
Oh, Luna Thunder Kitty is the wrestler. My bad.
There we go. It says it feels very tacky with TBS written all over it. Yeah, that's my only if I want to get nitpicky about it, I mean, I get it. The net, it's a TV title in theory, and it's your network is probably either paying you a lot of money or footing the bill for it, or any combination of those.
But doesn't that make it feel important because it's a TV strap? You can turn it on every week and see that championship get defended.
Sure, but
that you're not. That we're kind of missing that right now in the WWE.
Sure,
that
television title, then
United States Open Challenge sort of feel to it that always makes it feel important. I will tune into a show. Belt. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. You know what? I stand corrected. Mark schooled me there.
I shut you down. That TBS title should be defended at 6:05 every Saturday, or 5 after the hour.
Now, Tim, you grew up watching wrestling on TNT and TBS.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make a difference to you that they have straps named after that? That the history of wrestling on them on these channels are kind of being highlighted with the name, or?
I think it is a 21st century take on, like, one, by naming them each individual network, you essentially get 2 TV titles.
Correct.
Instead of it being like, oh, well, what's the difference between the Intercontinental title and the US title? Or like, what's the difference between this title and this title? They're both secondary titles, but why is one this and one this? Or that sort of thing. Lately, I've looked at it as it's not just that it's a new fun way to name a television title, but it also shows the dedication that TBS and TNT and Turner has on AEW. They wouldn't just let their brand be put on a title and then immediately you have the counter playability of like who's the face of the network, who's the person you can put on stuff. If TNT or TBS ever decide to do so. Now, my follow-up to all this is once the TBS title is instated, I don't ever want to see the TNT title defended on TBS, and I don't want the TBS title defended on TNT.
So your TNT championship becomes a Rampage exclusive?
Rampage title and TBS title is Dynamite.
So the one that's not TNT, which is short for Dynamite, will be defended on Rampage on TNT.
Yes.
I hear what you're saying.
Because it's on TNT.
Right.
Which is Dynamite.
Right. But there's zero confusion with this.
No.
But also, I think that there's still the rumor of because like, I know the argument can be, well, why, then you won't have any, like secondary men's titles on Dynamite, but there's still the talk of the trios title coming out at some point. Is that still like a lively rumor? Is that still a thing that's probably on its way?
The SA Trios title, yeah.
Let's see. Scotty says, when are people going to complain about AEW adding too many titles like they
just
do?
Follow our Instagram or our Twitter. Jim covers all of the arguing.
Follow us on Twitter. Yeah, 3 Count Thursday on Twitter. That's where the 3 Count Thursday complaint department is. But yeah, no, I like that idea, Tim. The network title should not be defended on other networks.
Who is your inaugural TBS champion?
Unfortunately for me,
Brandy Rose.
That's not Mandy Rose. She's not even on the same brand anymore. I don't think Mandy Rose still exists.
No, Brandy Rhodes.
Oh, Brandy Rhodes. I thought you said Mandy Rose.
Oh no, she's Fire and Desire or whatever she is on Tuesday nights.
Toxic Attraction.
Sure, whatever.
Fire and Desire.
Yeah.
No, that's what her and Sonya called themselves. So
that's fair.
So don't. I was talking about one of the right competitors.
You were.
Weren't they when they were on the independent scene? Weren't they known as the Sinbad Bakery team?
No, that was the Sea Stars, Mark.
Oh, come on.
Well, they're making waves in the independent scene. I'll tell you that right now.
Dude, they wrestled at MLW at Fightland.
They
old
they
Sea
did a
Stars.
really good job. They had me hook, line, and sinker for that match. How about the officiating there at MLW?
How about it?
They've got some great
Jade
referees
Cargill.
there.
Yeah, I like that, Tim. I think Jade's I think Jade is probably your first TBS champion.
I think it comes down to Jade and Ruby, and Jade, I think, also wins it. That was my thought. Just to get Ruby Soho stuck in my head again.
Yep, there it is.
Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill pretty much cleared up what the TBS represents on the strap. What does that mean?
And
She said like this bitch
her
stomping
broadcasting.
or this bitch shit or something.
yeah, something.
Gotcha.
What did she say, Lee? Do you remember? It was something. I remember the bitch because I'm a child. But it was T for something, and it wasn't this bitch shitting. I know that.
I was gonna say I'm surprised the S doesn't stand for shit.
That's me. That's me at Taco Bell.
Mark, who do you think's your first TBS champion?
You know what? I'd like to see Ashley Vox come in and take it.
I fucking knew it. I knew he would say it. Why'd you even give him the goddamn chance to talk?
You're the one that brought up the Sea Stars, right?
This is me. You're right. This is on me.
On you.
Go ahead, Mark.
But you know what? Maybe I could see Ruby taking it. What's her name now? Ruby Soho. If I call her Ruby right, it just takes Tim out of the moment.
Ruby Soho. Devin
Ruby
says
Soho.
Thunder Rosa.
Oh, we didn't ask Devin, so.
And Ryan's back. This bitch's strap or something. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Oh,
That makes a little more. That makes a little more sense.
Mark, did you say Ponderosa?
I thought, did somebody say Ponderosa is going to be the women's champion?
I thought that's what you said.
My God.
I thought didn't somebody chime in and say Ponderosa?
What a delicious steakhouse that was. Let's talk about it.
They had the best ham cubes there.
Ham cubes.
You got ham cubes, and then you get a little bit of bacon.
What the fuck?
Oh man, how about those ham cubes and Hosses?
Why are you gonna bring up Hosses with Mark around here? All right, let's get back Let's get back to the WWE draft. But yeah, I think the women's tag titles, like, I don't think anybody. I think fans would have more of an issue if you keep trying to, like, give half effort trying to throw a women's tag division together than if you just got rid of the women's tag titles for now.
I mean, this isn't Raw Underground. You just can't get rid of something.
Can't you though? Or like, you know, like how would you get rid of, like, let's have Becky and Charlotte win the tag titles together and then just get rid of, like,
the unification match.
You know what I mean? Like, why not? Like, just, there has to be a way to get rid of them because it's not working. It's not working.
The only way they get rid of it is if they unify it with the NXT version.
Yep. You know what?
I agree with that. I don't think you can totally abandon the idea of it. I wouldn't mind unifying it and then having them travel all over, up, down, whatever you want to call it. If NXT is truly developmental again, have the champions be able to work all three shows.
Right, and that's the really, like, that's the motherfucker about it too, is now, you know, theoretically you are splitting the brands more than you ever have. So are you going to have your Raw or, you know, your main roster women's champions lose to the NXT ones? I don't know. It's just they've created a mess with the women's titles. In terms of other moves that were made, I like it, Tim. I know we talked about Edge moving to Raw. I had Rollins moving to Raw. I liked that move. why split up the New Day again? Like, that was disappointing. I like Hit Row getting the call up. Oh, here's one that I know you guys are gonna hate. So Jeff Hardy is getting moved to SmackDown, and on his in his promo on Monday, or in his post-match interview, he talked about bringing, what is it, a different character, different ego. Are we actually getting like Willow on SmackDown?
Yep.
Look,
the Fiend is gone. The Demon is on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
WWE wants to tap into the spooky dookie.
Gotta get something kabuki-ish on a Friday
Yeah,
night.
dookie's about the right fucking word for it. Spooky dookie. You fucking said it, Tim.
Spooky
Willow
dookie.
in its dilapidated boat. Get the fuck out of here. The Lake of Reincarnate. This is so dumb.
So we finally get
fucking
what is it? No More Words back, and just like that.
Yep.
Gone.
More than words.
I mean, I don't think there was anything like, I mean,
I'm glad they split Dijak. I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah.
Let the two big boys be big boys on separate brands, and hopefully they can stand out. Hopefully we get Dijak back.
Hopefully.
We can get rid of Teabag or whatever we call him.
Yeah, I don't see any point of keeping up T-Bar and Mace, right? Mace.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
What was Mace's real name? I forget. What was his old name?
Oh,
he did commentary. He did the talk.
Madden.
Madden, right.
You know what? Maybe he should.
Right.
Let's keep him Mace. Maybe he should just stay Mace.
Keep him Mace.
But yeah, I mean, you're Drew McIntyre to SmackDown. Go over, get a Universal title shot over there at some point, I'm sure. You know, I like the moves that were made for the most part. I don't think nothing's monumental about anything that was done in the draft.
They split Veer from Jinder Mahal and Stanky.
Yeah, so
good luck, Veer.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like that only ends in one way, unfortunately.
I think they put Gulak on SmackDown, so at least he's away from the 24/7 championship shit.
Yeah, he's over there.
But
unfortunately, that's all he's done.
They moved Alpha Academy now off of SmackDown and on Raw.
Sure did.
I hate that move.
Yeah, they felt SmackDown to me. They felt very SmackDown to me.
Imagine Gulak being the third member of Alpha Academy.
Oh man,
they could win the SA Trios championship.
I feel like there's kind of more tag teams.
Didn't they bring up that dude that has like zero pro wrestling experience and might have raped somebody that one time?
Oh yeah, the gold medal guy. Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
Wait, there's something on Gable Steveson?
Yeah,
Yes.
apparently. Did I not send that to our group?
No, yeah, it's not. I don't think it's great. I think like him and somebody else was
they were accused and kind
of
got kind of went on the technicality.
Yeah, it kind of like went into the police. The police are like, well, there's just not enough here to do anything.
Yeah, because I saw somebody tweet about it after he got announced to Raw. Somebody tweeted about it, and I was like, what are you talking
I just don't have any room in my fucking heart or brain for anybody that's taking advantage of somebody.
No.
I mean, shame on the WWE if that's the case.
Yeah,
I think we still need to clean up professional wrestling. We'll talk about that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll
because there's turds everywhere apparently.
let's work on these things. Like, is there any other thoughts to the draft that anybody
That was the best
has?
draft ever.
Perfect. Yeah, do we want to talk about the
also, why does the WWE like they just act like we forgot the Miz wrestled? I get he's playing dancing, but like, how are you not going to draft the Miz? He's not active. He's just playing dancer.
He's not injured anymore.
I mean, the sound effect that starts our show. This is my show. Well, and he's bitching about how he doesn't go off and play actor. Well, he's fucking off playing actor right now.
He's not playing actor. He's
playing dancer.
He's dancing.
Come on, there's a big difference, Ryan.
He's got
how
moves.
does everybody have to be assigned to a championship to like a spot? Your champions are drafted, but Brock Lesnar can just do what the fuck he wants.
I mean,
well, that's thanks to Paul Heyman.
I'm Brock Lesnar. I don't get. I'm above the draft. Why is that?
Are you going to tell him that he's
is Roman Reigns not above a roster? Then it's Roman Reigns.
He's the head of the table.
I mean, if the head of the table, your tribal,
it doesn't sound like you're acknowledging him, Jim.
I acknowledge him every day. I get up and I acknowledge the Funko Pop that sits next to my workstation.
Don't acknowledge false idols, Jim.
Jim says his prayers, takes his vitamins, and then. Yikes.
But I mean,
somewhere God's looking down on you, like, for real, Jim.
Lesnar's not the only one.
Something. I mean, your wife has Walter. So I get it.
The Walter altar.
The Walter altar. He's like, "Good morning, Jim." Walter.
There's gonna be a run.
Big Bill's a free agent. Oh, sorry, that was Big Bob.
What a great entrance theme!
So fucking good.
Love it so much.
Yeah, Miz should have probably been drafted and
Sorry
not
about that.
Like the last, he was like Mr. Irrelevant on Raw Talk.
Speaking of which, I like Sami Zayn as Mr. Irrelevant. It plays right into his storyline. I'm glad they worked that the way they did.
Yeah, that was.
He was tweeting out during it. He's like, "I don't think I'm in a draft pool. I guess they just forgot about me."
Which
like he worked the whole thing. It was great. So they did good things. But yeah, good luck, Veer. Good luck, Tamina.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. Good luck to the SmackDown women's roster.
Yeah.
Because of Natty?
Nope.
Oh.
Because the true shooter of the WWE, Xia Li, is on SmackDown.
Oh, yeah. Fair. She knocks people out.
Tuck yo chin. It's coming.
Yeah.
Easy way, hard way.
Look out.
That might be my favorite new soundbite for you. Tuck your chin. It's coming.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that somewhere 49-ish.
That might be
I'll
it.
be darned.
I like that one.
Let's be darned together, Mark.
I'd like to be darned. Did you guys mention, did Shane McMahon get drafted in this, the Raw or SmackDown?
Yeah. The best in the world.
Thank you, Mark.
You listen, Tim.
Shane!
You put your ears back in.
Tim's upset.
You like it. War games.
War games. War games. War games. War games.
If you're new to the show,
Luna Kitty's new.
Those are two things that trigger the sound effect board.
Now,
but it's
a
okay.
shame that, if you could draft like,
go ahead, Mark.
If you had a draft where you could draft specialty matches, I would certainly take War Games over a steel cage.
War games. War games. War games. War games.
We figured out how to fix that so it doesn't happen. You just have to say it backwards, Game Wars, and then you're fine.
War games. War. Games. War Games.
Oops. The board works backwards.
Who knew?
Who knew?
See, Luna Kitty
I'll all
likes
be darned.
the Shane McMahon clip.
Yeah, she gets it. She gets it. I don't want to assume.
Lee says, so you are saying Shayna and Zaya should be a hell of a feud on SmackDown. Yeah, why the hell not?
Yeah. Why not?
Can I just tell you how disappointed I ultimately am?
Sure.
That the WWE made their 4 horsewomen and contractually had the 4 horsewomen of MMA 2 contracts on their brand and couldn't figure out how to fucking put that program together. How does that not? How?
Yeah, those are all things. Those are things that happen. Those are definitely things that happen.
Oh my gosh, I wanted it so bad.
Yeah, that probably should have happened. Probably should have happened.
We're gonna get it with America's Top Team, though, Jim, your favorite guy.
Oh my god, I really thought last night that he wasn't gonna get on the mic. I really did. I thought they're just gonna beat down and they're gonna leave.
I love it so much.
And then he just
good.
Can't
heat magnet.
I just can't deal with it.
And Paige Van Zant, all right.
Yeah, that's fine. I just, yikes. I can't. And look, so he's all about having real men fighting real battles, none of these millennial blah blah blahs. Has he looked at All Ego Ethan Page?
Jim.
I mean, the guy wears
Jim.
The guy wears capris and
Jim.
He doesn't exactly look. And I'm not trying to.
You are.
You are there. Come on.
You're towing a real weird line right now.
Look, I'm trying.
Come on, Ray.
No, I'm trying.
You say he needs rough. Is that what you're saying?
I'm trying. What I'm saying is.
All right, Mark Henry.
What I'm saying is I'm trying to put on the Dan Lambert. I'm an old grumpy guy, real men, blah blah blah. To me, that doesn't look like the guy he's looking for. That's all I'm saying. That's not me. That's not Jim saying it. That's Dan Lambert, Jim saying it. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, they haven't come out with designer sweatpants for All Ego Ethan Page to wear.
Well, maybe Mr. fucking, Skechers and blue jeans should be outfitting his guys. That's all I'm saying.
Is it really Skechers or is it the New Balance, the white ones with the blue end?
I don't think I haven't seen the New Balance. So I think it is. I think he's wearing the Joe Montana Skechers.
It could also be the Nike Air Tempos.
Oh, the Air Tempo.
It could be
the ultimate dad shoe.
Yeah.
Devin said, I swear to God, Ryan and intern Mark has a meeting before every show to plan how to piss him off.
We don't. I barely have enough time and gumption to do this fucking show. Let alone me.
Ryan barely makes it to this show.
I was there pretty early today. I was pretty excited.
I was impressed.
I thought we were doing the pre-show, post-show for Patreon. We were not.
Yeah, that didn't happen this week.
We were not. So in place of it, Jim's just going to put up feet pictures for you guys to look at on the Patreon. Patreon.com/3count Thursday.
Not going to happen. Okay, let's pause. Let's go to break.
$2 a month.
We come back. We'll talk some other wrestlings.
Don't mute me. 10 toes, $2. Just saying.
Stick with us.
/3count Thursday.
3 Count Thursday live.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on ngscsports.com, where you can get awesome analysis on all things sports. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, subscribe to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports, and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
Are you looking for a place to listen to your favorite music and sports? Look no further. WLSN, the Lieb Sports and Music Network, is a web-based music and sports network. Our network was created to provide authentic, high-energy entertainment through live streaming to a national audience. We play popular music while hosting podcasts from all over the world. Curious? Check us out on the web at leapsports.com. That's LEEIB sports.com. Or find us on the TuneIn Radio app. Got Alexa? Just say, Alexa, play WLSN on TuneIn. WLSN is America's #1 blog-themed sports and music network.
Fucking welcome back to 3 Count Thursday. Don't adjust your screens or what the hell is happening with this show tonight? Go to 3countthursday.com. Follow us on all of our social media. Buy the merchandise over at the T Public store. They probably have a sale this weekend. I feel like they have a sale most weekends. Before we get to the wrestler of the week, do we want to touch on the stuff from Busted Open? I think today. Do we want to touch on that? Oh, I guess I have to unmute you guys. I'm sorry. I got distracted by.
Do you mean my picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to touch on Tim's picture.
I mean, you're talking about open. You're talking about Busted Open Radio, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, look at the picture.
I
Tim, your picture made Ryan
can't not
horny
look
again.
at it, Tim.
I mean, it's so great.
It is.
He's not naked. He's wearing a towel.
Is he? Can you really be considered wearing it at that point?
I mean, he's holding it.
There you go. I don't think wearing's the right word.
Hey, look at Ryan though. He found his mask.
Did find his mask.
He's the ultimate. He's the ultimate luchador.
So now, I mean, I'll admit I didn't see or I didn't hear the actual show. I saw from the Squared Circle Reddit page said on this week's masterclass, both Mark Henry and in parentheses it says who I find it particularly disturbing from as he now works with AEW's young talent and Bully Ray go on a lengthy rant in which they defend the actions of people like JBL and Bully himself taking advantage of other wrestlers in the ring / beating them up for perceived lack of respect and other such bullshit. It really has to almost be heard to be believed. At one point, Bully even boasts about slapping one of the members of La Resistance as hard as he could across the face backstage after the wrestler complained about how rough Bully was in the ring with him and that he was green and not used to it. Henry went on to say that any wrestler who goes to an agent or the office about abuse is, quote, weak and, quote, doesn't deserve to be in the business, and goes on to call today's wrestlers, quote, soft-ass entertainers, and that the business won't ever get back to the glory days or whatever until that kind of behavior comes back. Man, like, so when I saw that post, and again, I don't listen to Busted Open. I will see clips that their account posts on Twitter sometimes. And you know, if there's any posts that get brought attention to. We've heard stories of JBL being just a relentless prick. It doesn't surprise me, this sort of action with like Bully Ray. Or at least it personally didn't surprise me. I don't know about anybody else. Mark Henry saying that like that disappointed me because I've always perceived Mark Henry to like be like one of the good guys. To me, like there's really just no defending those actions. It's one thing to be like, look, back then these sort of things happened. But hindsight, you shouldn't have done it. Has no place in the business now. Like you can't change things that are done. But like you can look back on things and be like, no, that wasn't good. And it sounds like this is the complete opposite. It sounds like not only are they like reminiscing fondly about those actions, they are also like wishing that behavior came back to wrestling locker rooms. Like that just sucks to me. That's not good to me at all. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't know who wants to go next because I can't see anybody moving.
I will go.
Go ahead.
Well, I had my hand up, but that's fine.
Oh, you did? I didn't see it.
I didn't. Jim didn't either.
You're right.
Yeah, Jim didn't see it.
I'm surprised, Big Jim, that you feel this way because what is happening in wrestling is the same thing that happened in football and basketball and baseball and every other major sport that has changed over time.
Mm-hmm.
Football, now the rules protect the quarterback and defenders can't hit anybody anymore, and you can't even check a wide receiver on the line anymore. It's a soft game and can't do any of that. Basketball, too much finesse, too much emphasis on the 3-point line. There's no big men that can dominate the game in the low post. Baseball, the advent or the boom of like pitchers by platoon and relievers and an emphasis on the home run ball more than anything else. Like it's the same thing happening now. The older generation swearing up and down that the way they did it is the way that it needs to be done. But people who make more money than them, who will continue to make more money than them, state otherwise. And not to like coin a phrase of my shirt, but it's evolve or perish. If you get stuck doing the same things over and over again, much like the product, like we already complained that the product on screen is the same as it's been year after year after year after year. Then you give me the backstage stuff too, that it's the same year and year and year and year and year.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't fly for me, Chief.
So before Ryan and Mark react, why is it surprising that I feel, because like to me,
it's
like
more surprising that like you're surprised by their thoughts.
Oh, got it. I was like, because I'm definitely like,
not that you agree with them. No.
Okay, I was gonna say because like when you like bringing up the comparisons to like,
I mean, when we get off the air, Jim will send us a harassing message and threaten to hit us with a stick.
He says some very hurtful things.
That's why we no longer all get together to podcast. My back couldn't handle the lashings.
Right. Because like I mean because that when you made the comparison to other sports, I'm like I'm pro like making football safer and making hockey safer and things like and making sports safer. Like sports and even wrestling can only be the actual sport or in-ring performance can only be so safe, but like you don't like beat up somebody because they brought up the fact you were being unsafe or you were taking liberties or whatever. Like if you have an issue, like you go to the people in charge. Like that's the way a business should work. Like, if you have an issue with somebody harassing you or bullying you or what have you, you go to somebody who's in charge and it gets taken care of. Like that it shouldn't be taken care of in the ring or in the back or any of those sort of things. Ryan.
Tim, I just to your point, I think you ended very strong. You ended, I think, where all of us are going to end on the show. My problem with you likening it to sports is every example you gave me were like in the field of play, in the game of the sport, where we're not talking about athleticism, speed, moves in the ring. We're talking about somebody giving up a home run and then getting hazed for it in the back. Off stage, off screen, behind the curtain. We've all been there. That's, I think, the behavior that needs to change. And I think you're absolutely right. Folks that are going to outlive, out-earn, outwork these wrestlers of yesteryear are going to do so because today's product, while faster and looks more aggressive, ultimately is safer. And if an old timer, and I'm going to put that in quotes, wants to call it soft or weak ass or anything like that, that's their prerogative, and they can be wrong about that.
Right.
I am 37 years old, probably too old to still be really enjoying pro wrestling the way that I do. Neither here nor there. On Facebook, we all have social media on Facebook, so you can go back and look at your memories. There are times when I will go into my memories 10, 12 years ago on a post and be like, wow, I can't believe I posted that. 12 years ago me is not me today. 25-year-old Ryan is very different than 37-year-old Ryan. And it's embarrassing sometimes to like see what 25-year-old Ryan's brain was going through.
Yeah.
It can be about something about a football score or something. The way I handle it, it's a fucking game.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be better every single day. Like, and I've made an adjustment and a change in my life to better myself every day and do better than before. So I'm not the same 25-year-old punk ass that I was, or whatever you want to say. And if Bully Ray wants to live in that time frame, that's fine. But I think the overwhelming majority of professional wrestlers and professional wrestling fans have moved on. You're going to have your purists, if you will, your fling golfers that are going to want it the way things were back when it was real. When the gimmick was, and that shit's done. We're just done with it. Let's move on.
Yeah. I mean, it's
and be better for it.
Exactly. You know, and like, because what was it? It might have even been Taker was talking about how like guys today, or I've heard other older guys say it about how, guys aren't going out and getting into trouble and going to bars or just sitting around playing video games and what, like, who gives a shit? Like, and these, like, they're not destroying their liver. They're not, destroying their long-term health by going out and, and
how many times have you heard AJ Styles helicoptering his penis at flight attendants or Kenny Omega or Adam Cole or any other streamer that may be out there? Like how this doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Like the plane ride from hell, they just aired the thing a couple weeks ago on that. Like that's not something to be proud of.
No.
Like you shouldn't look. Unless you're Tommy Dreamer, but you shouldn't. And he never, I guess, said he was proud, but it's just.
He also didn't.
Tommy Dreamer's a great example of like an old school mentality that needs to be left in the old school.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Mark, you have an old school mentality, don't you?
I do. I condone this. 'Cause I'm a bully. I'm as old school as they come. I'm old school like Scotty Jeffries.
Oh,
matter of fact, I'm going over to his house next.
You should bring him with you on the podcast next week.
I'd like to.
He can sit in for Matt. I like that we titled this one. I like that we titled this one "The Gang's All Back."
Yeah, poor Matt had to tag out.
He's like, screw this.
Yeah, I think he heard Scotty Jeffries might be on, so he sat out. He wanted to make sure Scotty had equal time. That was very nice of you, Matt.
Again, if you're not local, there's a local wrestler on the indie scene who goes
And
by
you
old
use the
school
word
Scotty
wrestler.
Jeffries.
Wrestler is a very loose term.
There's an old school wrestler. He is
Old
hardcore. He won the Tri-State champion. I've called many of his matches.
Scotty Jeffries, baby. He'd be here tonight, but the guy working second shift in the 7-Eleven called off. So,
but Mark, what's your take on this stuff from Busted Open today?
well, I'll tell you what. I don't listen to that Busted Open carrying on, but I saw the comments. I heard about it. It's it's a shame. It is an old school mentality. I think, boy, at this point you think it'd be long behind this, but I guess it's not. But it really should be. It's time to move on. That kind of carrying on, that bullying, and it's just not necessary. It really isn't. But I mean, you go back and you look at the old school wrestlers before there was schools for training. They tested people coming in there. You had to be tough. You got bullied terribly and taken advantage of. Your bones broken. It was horrendous from the stories you hear. But it's not like that anymore. It wasn't right back then. I dare say it's not right now.
Man, I just want unprotected headshots back. Like, come on. I want to see kids really scramble their brains on the local indie scene long before they have a shot to even make it into AEW or WWE or NWA or Impact Wrestling. I really want to see people really just fuck up their lives for the 15 minutes of fame the professional wrestling is going to provide for them. And again, I'm not trying to knock that doesn't a knock on indie wrestling, but let's do it smart.
Lou says if he subscribes to Patreon, does intern Mark move in real time? No, we got to get a lot more Patreon subscribers to get the internet upgrades over at the Hottenstein Estates. Devin says times change. We can't have people taking bad headshots or taking liberties on someone that just got into the business. We're not getting soft. We're getting smarter to be safe in the ring and out of the ring. Definitely struck a nerve with him. Yeah, it struck a nerve with me too. And it's. But
again, if you don't know Devin's an indie wrestler or an indie referee.
Yes.
Like he's sharing the ring with these guys. Like he has been in the ring with wrestlers. And he has a say in this. Like he should have a say in it. Devin's
right.
Devin's right. Oh boy, I acknowledge you, Devin.
Oh, see? Nope.
I
was gonna sit here and I was gonna try to put dirt on his name, say he's an independent referee. He's out there. He's making all the counts with his very big dick. He's the only referee who will count the three standing fully straight up. It's easy. Kegels.
We had a discussion in our Twitter messages. I'm not gonna name.
I'll do it. Hold on.
But
get him, Tim.
He wasn't he was kind of, I don't know.
You think in the summertime Devin plays Gallagher and puts a watermelon in front of him and just smashes the hell out of it with his sledge-o-matic?
It's not a slicer, it's not a dicer, it's not a chopper, and a hopper. It's
like he was kind of defending the comments in a way.
Who was it, Matt? Is that why he's not here?
No.
Creative differences, as they call it.
But he brought up an example, and to me, this is a pretty extreme example. But of when Ahmed Johnson was reckless, injured Ron
Ahmed
Simmons.
Johnson, I have his picture. Hold on.
Injured Ron Simmons' kidney, and he's like, "What's Ron supposed to do? Is he supposed to go run and tell on him, or is he supposed to just beat the shit out of him?" And I was like, to me,
no,
you tell, you bring that up to the agent in charge of the match or somebody that you report to, and explain something happened. To me, that's,
I mean,
right?
Jim, at your work, when somebody makes a clerical mistake, you pull them aside and beat the shit out of them, right? You don't have a coaching moment and actually elevate people because you are successful at something. So elevate somebody else to your level so they don't make that mistake again. You just let them make the mistake and you fucking punch them right in the face.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to do.
That's the thing is somewhere along the way, I think some people maybe, I don't know if they get lost in fandom or what, but like wrestling's a business. It's a place of employment. Like it's not like, I get it. It's a sport and kayfabe and blah, blah, blah. And all of that. Like those are all things that like aren't really a thing anymore. I mean, we know it's a show. We know it's a business. We know it's, you know, it's a form of entertainment. So like if somebody is screwing up to the point where, you know, you're risking injury and stuff like that, that has to be brought up to the people who are putting the show together. That's not your job to go and just beat, like, if you beat the hell out of them, how's that other person gonna learn? Like I just, it's such an archaic and just awful mentality. But like I said, man, like it doesn't surprise me in any way, shape, or form with Bully Ray. And, you know, like they brought up JBL. I've known JBL to be a prick for years. Mark Henry's a bummer. And I feel like the more time, the more episodes and more seasons of Dark Side of the Ring that come out, and the more podcasts that people do, and things like that. And I'm like, obviously I love podcasts. We're podcasters. I listen to podcasts all the time.
Is that what this is?
That is what this is.
Huh.
We're
like,
live, pal.
The more and more that I find out about more and more people in this business, it gets real disappointing.
It's a shitty business. It really is.
It's
the greatest business in the world, but it's so shitty. And I feel like every business, when you get to like the underbelly of anything,
sure,
there's stank everywhere.
I mean, the NFL, the concussion lawsuits and things like that. I mean, the NHL's been dealing with some shit, the last couple of years. Like, yeah, it's just, yeah, you're right. Any business, if you really start digging, or I wouldn't say any business, but a lot of business.
I'm pretty sure it's any business. I mean, business itself is a shitty business.
Sure. Some uglier than others, though.
I mean, we're not talking that long ago when somebody like Jackie Robinson changed professional baseball like that. Jim, we're not. I mean, how many years ago? I mean, years, obviously, but it's
right. It's
not that long ago.
You're right.
And the scope of things.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
NFL, the Rooney Rule. I mean, that's not that old of a fucking rule. Like we're evolving and we're getting better. Hopefully,
so
every day and every year, and sometimes it takes way too long, and it should have happened a long time ago. But let's get better. Let's leave that archaic thought process behind. You know, and I don't know. It goes back. We talked about this I feel like a couple months ago. Like, it's okay to ask for help and to like not be perfect and not be fine. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah. 100%.
And that doesn't make you soft or weak or whatever. I mean, it's such a fucking, get over yourself. Toxic masculinity bullshit.
Lee says, first thing I did if I ever screwed up something on a show was apologize backstage to the person involved, especially if I felt may have upset or hurt them in any way.
Well, Lee, they should have beat the shit out of you for that. That's what I would have done. I'd have fucking pushed you right over and punched you a time or two.
I'd grab a sock full of bars.
You turn Scotty Jeffries loose on
him. But yeah, it's
what is with you and Scotty Jeffries tonight, man?
But yeah, you're 100%.
Well, honestly,
right,
like, what would you learn, Lee, if that happened, like, and you apologized and they just fucking hauled off and hit you? Like, what does that fucking do?
Yeah,
like, what's the result of that?
Don't do nothing. There ain't nothing.
You know, and he says they probably should have. And
like, does this go back to like the Dr. D. David Schultz thing? Like, he stood up for the business.
Right,
and he open hand. That was it. Like, he did that for the boys.
Right.
Is that where this still like really all stems from?
I
like
guess,
that moment,
that way of thinking, which is just
I do it for you, boys.
So if somebody, Mark, said the 3 Count Thursday podcast is not their favorite podcast, you would open hand slap them and be like, "That's an open hand slap."
I'd tell them, you know what I'd do? I'd probably pay a visit to their house, and I'd tell them next time I come by, it won't just be your furniture I rearrange. That'll teach them.
Yeah.
Where'd my couch
I move
go?
that couch over there. That couch went over there. I'd like that end table here by the window. They weren't happy.
Well, this is a
Believe me, and they're listening to 3 Count Thursday right now. You know who you are. So you settle in and you listen.
My my last thought on it, is if, and it's not just in wrestling, if it is in wrestling, but like if you're in a work environment that makes you feel like shit, look elsewhere, because it may feel like daunting to move or to change employment, but it could be a positive change that can like change your life for the 100% better, because it doesn't have to be that way. And that's where I'll leave it at that, and we need to get rid of this archaic way of thinking. I just see Mark randomly
That's
pointing.
right. Get out there. There is better. You tell them.
Any other thoughts on this before we move on?
On to happier topics.
All right, let's do this then. Oh, hell.
Way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These 5 guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. 3 Count Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.
All right, week number 26. Halfway point, boys. We're at
That's
the
hard to
halfway
believe.
point.
It
The
is very
year-
hard to believe.
It is extremely hard to believe,
Extreme.
but we've made it. And let's start with Matt, because Matt is not
Is
here.
Matt on the line?
What's this? Matt anybody want to read Matt's? I threw him at the bottom of the.
Yeah, he thought Deonna Purrazzo had a really good week, but not good enough. So he put Deonna Purrazzo there at number 3.
What a shame. Can I do number 2?
Please.
Well, number 2, Matt has that Hangman Adam Page from the AEW. He made his return this past week on Dynamite.
Tim, you wanna read number 1?
I'd love to.
All right, go ahead.
And at number 1, he's got Spanky and Alfalfa and Buckwheat's favorite little rascal, Trey Miguel.
Awesome.
So good.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. We'll get this out of the way.
Ed Ryan.
Number 3, I had Brock Lesnar. He was too good to be drafted, so he made the list on my side here. I had put number 2 for Serena Deeb, coming out with a strong performance last night there on the AEW's, the Woman of 1,000 Holds. Defeated the most winning woman on the AEW roster in Hikaru Shida, keeping her at 49 wins. And number 1, I have the 2021 World Series of Poker Championship bracelet winner, Adam Hangman Page.
I saw somebody ask on Twitter today. They said, "What's more embarrassing, the poker chip or the Sonic ring from last year?" And I said, 100% the Sonic ring is more embarrassing.
Well, the Sonic ring was a direct shot at the WWE.
Of course it was.
Like, grab the brass ring.
Yeah,
It's 100%.
100%. Absolutely.
But like
It
a
would have been
giant
better if a bunch of rings would have fell.
a giant poker chip pinata, I don't know if that's much better.
I didn't say it was much better, but to me, the Sonic ring, the hemorrhoid donut was just much, much worse.
Shit, what can we use? And Jericho runs up with his hemorrhoid donut.
Oh. Mark or Tim, you guys, either one of you want to go?
Do you want me to go, Tim, or do you want to go, Tim?
You
want
can
to
go.
talk about it?
You guys are so polite.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, number 1 I had.
Oh,
Let me start number 3. Hi, boys. There it is. I was stalling because I forgot who I put. Number 3, I did that Bianca Belair She's the barista at the Starbucks at the Pennsylvania Health Science College in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. She beat the boss, Sasha Banks. And then number 2, I really like Machine Gun Kelly, and they haven't been on here in a while, so I went with MSK. Machine Gun Kelly's collaboration with Black Bear has been fantastic. I enjoy it. I'm sorry that makes me uncool to people out there listening, but I don't understand what the issue is with Machine Gun Kelly. They had a 5-star match on NXT this week. And then I went with number 1. I have the Hangman. That's Adam Page. Adam Page, he won that token they had hanging high above the ring. He climbed that ladder. That would have been a lot better if it was a bottle of barbecue sauce, JR's barbecue sauce, but we'll take the poker chip. Her. Sassafras. These layovers.
It's like an automatic her button.
Her. We need a her button. Her.
All right, I'm going to record one of them. Tim, go ahead.
I'm flabbergasted at the fact that somehow Mark doesn't know his alphabets and he mixed S and G.
Oh,
but,
no.
you know, that's fine.
It happens, Mark.
You know,
I made a
it
mistake.
happens.
Machine Gun Kelly, MS. Oh, I'm sorry. Lunar Cat, I'm sorry if you're still listening.
For me, number 3 is, of course, the man responsible for the Uwa Man and the Bloodline and Brock Lesnar's draft stock in Paul Heyman. Number 2, I've got Serena Deeb playing spoiler to Miss 50 herself, Hikaru Shida. And then number 1, I have the man who finally decided to show up to work, the Hangman Adam Page.
Jesus, Mark.
I'm a professional. I'm a GD professional.
See, did you get a pussycat?
Ain't no little pussycat gonna stop me from getting these picks off.
Maybe Matt may have come down with cat scratch fever and was afraid to tell us.
He might have. He might have.
Matt generally can make a pussy purr with a stroke of his hand.
For me, man making his return to the Impact Zone. Do they still call that the Impact Zone? We'll call it the Impact Zone. Christopher Daniels got a win there in his return to Impact Wrestling. My number 2 from NXT 2.0 this week in a big victory. MSK remains your NXT Tag Team Champions. And then Cowboy shit, baby. I'm trying to find there we go, right there. Sign pointing. I know it's not sign pointing season, but Cowboy shit gets the inflated poker chip and is your money in the bank winner. So Hangman Adam Page is my number 1. Tim, where does that leave us for the week?
In the first time ever in 3 Count Thursday history, every person nominated for Wrestler of the Week earned at least 1 point. So congratulations to Christopher Daniels, Brock Lesnar, Deonna Purrazzo.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You guys can see week 26 at the bottom of the screen.
There's a lot.
It's all there. Adam Page is number 1. Deeb and MSK is 2. Trey Miguel is 3. Everybody else is 4. Year-end standings, everything is exactly the same, except Bianca Belair now has sole control of 8th. She's broken away from the pack of the Killer Karrion Kross and Camille and Jan Moxley.
You don't even go here.
She is telling them that they don't go here. But yep, that is where we are in the year.
All right, so we are halfway. Jim, put that back up for me real quick if you can. We are halfway through the year.
Okay.
Look at that. Raises.
What's the biggest surprise in our top 10 here, or top
Cardona.
whatever the number is?
Cardona.
That I voted enough to make Karrion Kross in the top 10.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'd say either Camille at 9. I mean, let's be honest. Punk on this list.
Punk on this list is a surprise. Yes,
Is a surprise.
Yes.
right.
And Cardona being that high, like,
And Cardona. Yes.
Once he hit the NDC, I don't think any of us saw what was going to happen.
That's fair.
Like I enjoyed what Matt Cardona did. That's the biggest shock of the year so far.
That's a big shocker.
A shocker.
So yeah, week 26. That wraps it up.
Since John Moxley, Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These five guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. Recount Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.
The 3 count question of the week.
WWE announced last week officially, it's been rumored here for a little while, that not only was the King of the Ring going to be returning, but the they said Queen of the Ring, but what is it? It's the Queen's Crown tournament has been announced as well. So this got me thinking, because we did do I remember, was it we did the most,
The best,
or King of the
something like
Ring,
that before, yeah.
last year. You can find that in the archives, pal. Hey, Conrad. But I decided let's look at from a different angle. Which WWE King of the Ring's reign had the least impact on their career? So not necessarily the worst King of the Ring, but the one that, being King of the Ring, Ryan, the video that's frozen on my screen of you is you yawning, and it is goddamn hilarious.
It's not frozen.
So I'll go over every King of the Ring winner, and this even goes back to the pre pay-per-view days when they used to do these on house shows.
Oh, we're back to Don Morocco.
85 was Morocco, 86 Harley Race, 87 Randy Savage, 88 DiBiase, 89 Tito Santana,
Arriba.
91 Bret Hart, 90. Now that's the cutoff line of like the pre pay-per-views and stuff. 93 Bret Hart, 94 Owen Hart, 95 Mabel, 96 Stone Cold Steve Austin, 97 Triple H, 98 Ken Shamrock, 99 Billy Gunn, 2000 Kurt Angle, 2001 Etch, 2002 Brock Lesnar, 06 King Booker, 08 William Regal, 10 Sheamus, 15 Wade Barrett, and 2019 Baron Corbin. So which of these had the least impact on their career? Does anybody want to start us off?
I can go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Smokey.
I chose the 1999 King of the Ring winner, Billy Gunn.
Okay.
Billy Gunn winning the King of the Ring was really overshadowed by the eventual breakup of Degeneration X, and they used Billy's King of the Ring to like get there. And by the end of the fucking year, DX was already reunited. I thought a couple other ones, but if they made like their character a King type character, Booker T, Corbin, things like that, that had a big impact on them. So I disqualified them in my mind and in my like judging, but it has to be Billy Gunn in my opinion.
Okay. Tim or Mark, either way, is it one of you want to go?
I can go.
Okay.
Tim.
I can go, and I'm gonna go with the year before Billy Gunn. Ken Shamrock's King of the Ring victory is probably the flattest King of the Ring victory not named Billy Guns. I've said it a time or two here on the podcast. Ken Shamrock's probably one of the greatest WWE superstars to never be the WWE champion. Especially for how hot he was. I mean, you think his debut night in the WWE, he is refereeing Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hart, and he physically pulls Bret Hart off of Austin.
It's not hard. It was just Bret Hart.
I mean, this is Bret before any errant kicks. So,
yeah, this is before Big Bill got to him.
Bret could handle himself. He could handle himself out there. And so,
do we have Bret back? Is Bret there? Do you want to wish Matt a happy birthday while you're here, Bret? Matt's a big fan.
I'd rather not.
Fair enough.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And so, gosh, I could.
I'd rather not.
I'd rather not. Right? Fuck me, right?
Good thing Matt
set up a whole funny little bit, and Tim's like, "No, fuck you, Ryan.
Well, no,
your goddamn show."
Brett's very polite. He's very Canadian. He's just gonna disagree. He's gonna be like, "I'd rather not right now." It'd be great.
Want me to go get the Wheel of Impressions? I have the Wheel of Impressions.
Oh, the Wheel of Impressions.
Oh, please don't. And so, but Shamrock being King of the Ring and literally doing nothing with it is just proof that era of King of the Ring is just garbage.
Spooky dookie.
Like that era, like I did somebody brought this up. Like, did Triple H's really have an impact on his career? Like, I feel like you could draw a line at like 97, at least through 99.
You could even.
When did Triple H win?
97.
And that was what? Still like Blue Blood?
Yep.
Triple H?
Yeah, I mean, he was in that transition point at that point.
Away from that. I think that was kind of the catalyst, I thought, that separated him from like the Blue Blood character to more of the...
Yeah, so maybe that one was a little bit more impactful.
Because DX comes around in what? Like September 97?
Yeah.
Because they're a unit before Bad Blood.
Yeah.
But you could even go so far as to say 1996. Austin's King of the Ring.
This is going to be a great point.
Was literally him saying Austin 316. And he is never king after that.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's
he
a good
wins
point.
a tournament. 96, the king isn't around long. 97, Triple H has gone on record that he tried to destroy the crown and scepter so he didn't have to carry it around. 98, the king didn't wear the shit. 99, the king didn't wear the shit.
Did Angle? In 2000?
No.
I don't think he did either.
I think he wore it the one night, and that's it. 2001.
I'll say Edge didn't.
Nope.
I don't remember Lesnar.
Edge had the giant trophy.
Yeah, I don't remember Lesnar walking around with a robe and scepter or anything.
So you could
I'm the king.
You could easily say that, like, now Brock's makes sense because Brock used the tournament to get his guaranteed one-on-one opportunity.
Sure.
Against The Rock at SummerSlam that year. But aside from that, big nothing.
That whole era, and you've got a really great point. I'm glad somebody brought up Austin because they didn't think anybody would. But that whole thing, I mean, it's just such a perfect storm with the perfect wrestlers. I mean, had it not been Jake the Snake Roberts, had Jake the Snake Roberts not had his demons he has had and found God and came back to the WWF It's amazing how that perfect storm manifest for Stone Cold Steve Austin to win the tournament and have that one talkie segment with Doc Hendricks. Like, that might be the most critical moment in WWE history.
And to think that he might have missed all of that from the opening round match.
Yeah.
Right?
Because Mero kicks him in the face and busts his lip open.
Mero. Marco.
And Brett's got, or not Brett,
Mero.
Austin's got to go to a local medical facility and get stitched up.
What was his little popper thing called? He had a
Bad Blaster.
The Bad Blaster. That's it. Jesus. Yeah. That's it.
Don't miss.
Mark, who would you?
I could only think of Ghetto Blaster. I knew that wasn't it. That was
Bad News.
That was Bad News Brown.
Brown.
He's Enziguri.
Mark, who would you say which King in the Ring had the least impact?
The least impact, probably back in 1968 when Quaker introduced King Vitamin cereal. That stuff is trash. You want to talk about a miss? That King, there's no royalty in this house. I'll tell you that right now. He's nothing but a peasant. Why, even the birds wouldn't eat that garbage. I put it out for the birds.
Real quick, not to get you off track, Mark, but did you see that they have the Monster cereals out? The Boo Berries and stuff.
Yes, I did. I have a box of Boo Berry upstairs in my cabinet right now.
They have the Monster Madness, which I believe is all of the cereals together.
Wait, time out. What?
It's a real thing, Jim.
Like it's Boo Berry. And
I'll send you a picture.
And
see, it was Mark. It was Mark. I was worried about getting off track.
Now you
all in the same box.
Yeah, man.
One box.
Like what? Now, let me ask. When you say in the same box, do you mean separate bags within one box?
No,
or do you mean all three cereals mixed up in one bag?
I think it's got, maybe it's not. I don't know what it is. I just saw the box.
I thought it was all together.
It's got the Fruit Brute.
Now what? A Fruit Brute and Fruity Yummy Mummy. And of course, Boo Berry.
Yeah, so you've got the Frankenberry cereals and the Chocula cereals, I think. It looks to have some sort of marshmallows in it.
Yeah, there's marshmallow. Oh, so they literally are all mixed
together. Yeah, I think
together.
they're all together.
Oh, my dear God.
Yeah, it's a monster mash. There they are. There's all 5 of them.
Alexa, buy 17.
What is the other one? Count Chocula Boo Berry. What's like the Mummy and shit?
That's Fruity Yummy Mummy and
Fruity Yummy Mummy and Fruit Brute.
Oh my God! Yeah, because I got 2 boxes of Count Chocula. I got a box of Boo Berry and a box of Frankenberry because I'm a grown man.
Is Fruity Yummy Mummy what you called Mrs. Big Jim?
She's a Fruity Yummy Mummy.
Only after a Vaulter match.
After she's paid tribute to the Vaulter altar. She's gonna earn that Yummy Mummy status.
For the first time ever, pieces of all Monster cereals are together in one bowl.
Fuck. Yep, I'm gonna have to go get some of that.
There's definitely an established. There's an establishment in Lidditz, Jim. I know has them.
Okay, good to know.
There's Monster Crunch. There's a breakfast battle game with the Monster.
But yeah, I had some Frankenberry earlier today. In fact, but Mark, to the back to the.
I understand that Fruity Yummy Mummy tends to unravel your intestines after you eat too many bowls of it.
Oh my God.
But now we're back on business here. We're talking about
King of the Ring. Yes, least impactful King of the Ring.
Well, honestly, you guys said the 2 I was really thinking about with the Ken Shamrock was on the list, and I forget whoever else you mentioned.
Basically, that whole window.
That whole window of time.
That whole window of time. I pulled up a TikTok video. It made me laugh. But anyway, honestly, probably probably the least effective one. I mean, if you go way back, it's got to be like Don Morocco and Tito Santana. Harley Race made a whole King Harley Race out of it, so he was pretty good.
Savage did too, really.
Yeah, Macho King was big.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that that's where that came from the original King of the Ring.
King Harley Race. Well, from what I understand, when Harley Race came to the WWF, they were going to be going through Memphis, and to compete with Lawler, they started saying the King is in WWF, so everybody's thinking Lawler, but it's King Harley Race. That was back in the 80s.
I like that.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
The only other one I thought out of the ones that were discussed, and I'll get to some of the ones that some of the people put on the social media, is like Wade Barrett. Like I know he carried the crown and things around for a little while, but I feel like it didn't really have any impact on his career. But I think the other ones that frame of time between because like Brett, Owen, and Mabel, I think even Brett's I don't think had very much impact on his career because he had already won world title at that point. He had won multiple like Superstar of the Year because they used to do that. So like I think it was just another new accomplishment for Brett, but I don't think it really added to anything. But like Owen and Mabel, I felt were good. And then from there till King Booker, pretty forgetful Kings of the Ring. Let's see here. Rob said most of the early ones other than Owen didn't really matter that much. The Mindless Musings podcast said Wade Barrett. Charlie said Wade Barrett. Mark F said Billy Gunn. Zach says Edge springs to mind over on Facebook. Devin said Sheamus. Mario had Ken Shamrock. Dean said Billy Gunn. And Nick, Nick usually gets things wrong, said Baron Corbin. Which I don't I don't see how you can say Baron Corbin's had no impact on his career. Like, he didn't turn it into world titles or anything, but like
he turned it into a brand new gimmick.
Right, exactly. I mean,
he upgraded from Baron to King.
He went from Baron to King. He went from Baron to Constable to King to sad to happy. So, maybe Nick's right. I'm just kidding. Definitely won't admit that. But yeah, it was a interesting topic. King of the Ring will start next Friday on SmackDown, the tournament and the Queen's Crown. So, I'm sure we'll talk about that next week as more opening round matches and things get released. I think we can save the what if. Now, Ryan, I'll give you this because I know you wanted to hear Creed this week.
I don't give a shit what anybody says. That song's a fucking bop.
It slaps, man. We'll save this topic for next week because we are up at 2 hours already. The Busted Open crew gave us a topic we didn't know we were going to have.
Somebody watching Girls Gone Wild.
What?
I hear somebody laughing in the background.
That was Megan from literally the other room.
Are you? Oh wow! I definitely heard it. I heard a cackle.
Big cackle.
I just assumed it was a GGW.
You assumed it was Girls Gone Wild?
Yeah,
it sounded like the laugher from Girls Gone Wild. I don't know.
No,
the commercials when you'd fall asleep on the couch.
Yeah, from the commercials, Jim.
When you'd wake up in the only $19.99 for a shitty VHS. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll save the TNA topic for next week because I
had a lot of notes about that.
Why wouldn't you just? Why would you throw them away? You know what? You do you, Ryan. You do you. Anybody have anything else they want to add to this week's show before we close up?
I just want to make sure Matt's having a happy birthday. Matt turns 18 years old today. He's finally an adult.
Congratulations, Matt.
Matt's excited to be able to vote for the first time. Mark,
So
I'm
he's
sorry.
been
What was
drinking
that?
illegally on this show for 7 years?
Believe it or not, yeah, we started when Matt was 13 at his house for WrestleMania previews.
Wait,
It was a mess.
Wait, so you said he turns 18.
18 years old.
And I said he's been drinking illegally for 7 years on this show.
That's correct.
And you said
Well, no,
started
go ahead.
when he was how old?
11.
You said 13.
Well, that's when he started drinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he at least made out of the
Yes,
elementary.
he's been
He
drinking
made out
on
of the
the show
elementary
for
school.
7 years. So he's
Correct.
been drinking on the show for 5 years.
How long have we been podcasting?
7 years. 7 and a
2
half.
hours.
That's about
A long time.
2
a long
hours.
time.
7 years.
It's a long time.
What a great 7
times
years
the
it's
world
been.
champion.
Devin said he did not expect to hear Girls Gone Wild on 3 Count Thursday. tonight.
Nobody does.
Well,
you want to
Well,
hit
that's why
Devin?
you
never know
tune
what's
into
gonna
this
happen.
show because you're going to
That's
hear
for you,
things,
Devin.
You're going to hear things you didn't expect to hear.
Or see that.
Anything else to add before we close up?
It's chilly in here.
Where's the Luna Kitty? Is she still here?
She hasn't commented in a while, but we do appreciate a new listener. We always appreciate new
We
listeners.
do. Tell your friends to listen and waste time with us.
If you
Luna
enjoyed the
Kitty might be
show,
taking a
Come on
couple.
over. Be dumb wrestling fans with us. It'll be fine.
share it with
All
a
right.
friend. Bring more people in. Mark, got anything to plug this week?
Look how clear Mark's video is right now. Honest to God, am I right? He finally
I
figured it
clear.
out.
I can't see it.
It's,
So
Tim, am I
clear.
right? That's the
You're-
clearest
I
it's been all night.
Yeah,
Clear. I changed my lighting.
he turned
I'll
5G
tell you
on
what.
apparently.
I did. I switched it over. I didn't want to waste it the first hour and a half. So, hey, the Mannheim Farm Show is going on this week, and it's tomorrow. That's it for like fair season around here.
Yeah.
Fair season.
Yeah, Mark, I'm still waiting on my ham loaf sandwich.
So I tell you what, they got them at the Mannheim Farm Show, and I'll get you one tomorrow night. It's going
I
to
would
be a great
fucking hope
time.
so. I keep hearing how I'm going to have one.
I'm going to meet you there by the chainsaw artist. Did you ever see that guy?
The
He
fuck
takes that
you are.
chainsaw and he carves up the wood.
You think I'm going to a Mannheim, Pennsylvania in a pandemic? You crazy, Mark.
Are you serious? Huh. I'll be darned.
I'll be fucking. You'll be damn darned if you see me in.
Listen to
Mannheim
Mark play the
Farm
hits
Show.
for the next 5 seconds. Huh. Are
I'll
you
be
serious? I'll be
Are you
darned.
I'm sorry that upset you.
Her.
Hey, speaking of upset,
Her.
you know, Ryan, how did you
Go
make
ahead,
out in
Mark.
trivia last night? Do we have a minute for this? Your team bailed on you?
My team did bail on me Tuesday night for trivia. I asked Mark to come. He said he didn't want to. I asked Jim if he wanted to come, and he's like, I have the podcast with the hot dogs and hand jobs guys. And
go?
I called it.
Did you go
I
alone?
ended up going. I went with my uncle and my aunt, and we came
was
in
that
second
trip?
place.
What did you call them?
Good
The
for
hot
you.
dogs and hand jobs?
I didn't call him that. That's your words. And got myself a nice little gift card here to old La Piazza.
Very nice.
Second place victory right there.
Look at that. Luna Kitty still with us.
Here.
Still with us.
Oh, there
There
she
it
is.
is.
I thought perhaps she
after
was taking a
these
cat
two,
nap.
thank you so much.
1990. Hey, while we're talking real quick,
Been a
I
fan for 5 years. Look at
my
that.
goodness, 5 years.
What are you doing?
That's when
Luna
Matt
Kitty.
started drinking.
That is when
It-
Matt
well,
started
he started-
drinking.
Luna
Amazing.
Kitty's
Matt,
a
Mark,
man
do it
for
now.
us.
We can see you do it now, actually.
I'm
So
making the
dumb.
muffins, Luna Kitty.
Brian, you got anything to plug?
So,
Brian?
a little bit of trivia
got
here, real
oatmeal.
quick. I ended up going down to the beach last weekend. That's why I wasn't here Thursday night. I took with me WrestleMania 18.
Oh, yeah?
Thought that's a fun WrestleMania to watch. Can you guys tell me the song that opened WrestleMania 18?
That was Skater Boy.
No, it was the performance. What song normally kicks off a WrestleMania?
Was it America the Beautiful?
It was not America the Beautiful. It was in Canada. It was
yes.
Saliva's Superstar,
Yep.
which is the
Really?
Canadian national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, America the Beautiful. Every other WrestleMania, you had Willie Nelson singing it, a bunch of old people singing it. And they're like, let's go to Canada and bring fucking Saliva with us.
Saliva. They got across the border.
They got the Saliva. They let Saliva across. They slid across.
I believe they were introduced as the WWE's favorite band in the entire world.
That might be.
I don't know if that's true.
Also, I think Drowning Pool was like the theme for WrestleMania.
You tear away.
Yeah, but not bodies. Tear away.
Yeah.
Yes.
About the bodies hitting the floor.
Yes, not that one we just said.
Oh, terrible.
Lots of really
He's
bad.
watching tonight too.
Devin says, fucking love it. Hot dogs, hand jobs. Loves you, Ryan. See you guys next Thursday.
Devin,
Stay
hit that
safe
off
out
the screen.
there.
I didn't say that.
Devin.
Somebody stop
Have
it.
a good
Devin.
weekend. Yeah. You want to go to Lewistown this Saturday? Independent Wrestling.
Devin will
Lewistown,
be there.
If you go, make sure you harass Devin.
Wear a mask. It's required.
Oh, wear a mask. Yeah.
Wear a mask.
Devin, you
Oh,
better
then
wear a
again-
mask too. Nobody wants to see that face.
Oh.
We
I'm
all
kidding.
wear
I
a
love
mask,
you, Dev.
metaphorically
No, I don't
speaking.
think the workers don't wear a mask. Devin should be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll be
for
all
some
right.
reason, luchadors aren't liked around the world. So
Well,
They're
I
not.
heard Devin once was bitten by Scotty Jeffrey, so he's immune to everything.
It's not true, Mark. It's not true at all.
Go.
You got one back, Mark.
Meow! How nice. Luna
You know
Cat.
what's crazy? Nobody can see Mark's hands, but Luna Kitty 1990 is definitely Mark.
How nice.
He's definitely the one commenting.
we found Mark's burner.
We found it.
You found it. Like,
And
they
the
found it out
timing
of the
does
bag.
add up because I don't think we had an intern for the first 2 years.
We did
It
not.
wasn't in our budget. Tim, want to plug?
At Not the Tool Man across all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. If you care, I'm on TikTok. If you like TikTok, send me your TikToks. I don't TikTok, but I laugh at them, so you can send them. If you enjoy some of the things I say here on a regular basis, you can find me in my other podcasts, Final Wrestling Place and Viewer's Choice. Viewer's Choice, we break down every live WWE, AEW, and NXT pay-per-view. Final Wrestling Place has been going through Raw guest hosts. This week, on dropping Monday at midnight, it is Big Ben Roethlisberger and the man who saved Papa John's from racism, Shaquille O'Neal.
There it is.
Can't wait.
You ever
I
see
love
this
that.
guy on
All right.
TikTok? This
I
guy's
can't-
hilarious.
I don't
I-
trust that mustache anywhere.
I enjoy him.
can't
What's wrong
see
with the
anything.
mustache?
Nothing's wrong with a mustache, but that one?
I
It's a
can't.
great mustache.
I can't see anything.
It's a guy
Luna
with a
Kitty, she
mustache.
says, I attended WrestleMania 21 ringside. Amazing to see Motorhead play Triple H theme.
Oh, I
Oh,
bet.
nice.
That
I do
would be
believe
great.
that.
That would be
I
solid.
I definitely do believe that. That is awesome. Yeah, I would love. I still haven't been to a WrestleMania. I think I'm the only. Am I the only one? No, I don't think Matt's been to one yet. Ryan's been.
No,
Mark's
plan
been.
on going.
Tim's been. You've been to a couple, right, Tim, or just the one?
Just the one. I went to 29.
Gotcha. That's right, because you were here in studio with me for 35.
right.
When we did the pre WrestleMania pod. But hey, you can follow me at Big Jim Sports, but you can make sure to just follow the show at 3 Count Thursday, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Get your 3 Count Thursday merchandise over at the TeePublic store. We got the Patreon, patreon.com/3 Count Thursday. We didn't get a pre-show, post-show done this week. I apologize for that. We're having some technical issues before the show. Collar and Elbow brand deal. Check out our home network, NGSC Sports, at ngscsports.com, the Leap Sports and Music Network, LEEIB Sports.com. Until next week, everybody stay safe, stay smart, and go for the pin.